Well, good morning, everybody. It is, what day is today? Is today Tuesday? Oh, wow. No, today's Wednesday. Good morning. It's Wednesday. Days are running together. It is Pete Alonso Home Run Challenge Day. Woohoo! So, got this card from In a Break. Was gifted to me. And I went ahead and signed up for, I did the scratch off, signed up for the Pete Alonso against the Cubs. At the time, the Cubs pitching was woeful. So I figured, hey, woeful home run champion. Hopefully he'll hit a home run. If he does, I'll be able to submit that tonight or tomorrow and get a new Pete Alonso card. So don't know if that'll happen or not, but thought it would be interesting to try. Not a lot going on in the hobby, just a little bit of big news, but going to be a short one. Let's see. On the eBay front, I'm thinking about pulling my recommended specifics off the site. The reason why I'm thinking about just pulling them is when you use eBay's new file exchange. I finally got it to work yesterday, and I added 14 cards. Did 2 uploads, 14 cards. It only really took about an hour to do 14 cards. That's from scratch, from fresh start all the way through. Thinking about building a spreadsheet with all of my recommended specifics from eBay, and then pulling all of those and reposting them. And the reason why is because whenever you do build that spreadsheet, and you apply it, good morning, JP. Good morning. Glad you could join. I hope your family's doing well. When you use the new file exchange with all of the recommended and the required specifics, it actually fills in the tabs the way it's supposed to. So I did a test run yesterday for two runs, and it worked. So my thought was to build the recommended build the list on the Excel spreadsheet, the recommended specifics, my 1,047 listings, and then when I get the spreadsheet done, just unpost all of those listings and then repost those with the recommended specifics. It'll add 1,100 new items per day, so that'll kickstart the engine really, really quickly, and then it will get rid of all of those recommended specifics, other than trying to do them one by one. We're day by day. Those of you who don't know, Dad passed. Had the funeral on Saturday, and I'm taking it day by day. I'm having a hard time engaging. I was talking to John Newman last night. I'm having a hard time engaging. It's only been 3 days since the funeral, so I'm having a hard time. Morning, Ken. But that's understandable. It is understandable. But I do have a business to run. And my dad would say, get your butt in gear, get over it, and run your business. So, but I'm having a little bit of a hard time. I'm sleeping a little bit more. So there's a little sign of a little bit of depression going on, or it's morning. I'm going to say it's morning more than depression. But I'm having a little bit of trouble engaging. The good news is I've been doing my numbers over the past couple of days. So to close out the books for the month, it's only going to take like 30 minutes to do, which is really, really nice. Usually it takes a couple hours, but to gather data and whatnot. But I've already gathered all that. I've been putting in expenses per day when I've been doing them. So I'm caught up on all that. It shouldn't take more than half hour. So there's that. But I'm thinking about resetting eBay. I'm thinking about, once again, building a list of all of the thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm thinking about dropping those or building that spreadsheet, then pulling them off eBay and putting them back on, because again, Ken, the recommended specifics, I know, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I talked to John last night. That helped a lot. Last night, Herman and I did something I haven't done in a couple months. And I broke a rule of mine. I put a rule in place to not do any more breaks. But Herman had a Topps Chrome break last night. And not only did I join the break because I have not bought any Topps Chrome, I went live with Herman to actually, join in the break, which was fun. It was a lot of fun. It felt good. It felt normal. And then I'll drop this on Thursday at 7 p.m. Herman and I are going to go live for maybe an hour Thursday night and just yuck it up. So that'll be kind of nice as well. Jason's been sick over the past couple of days. Jason and I had planned on going live the early part of this week, one night, to talk about the Dallas Card Show because I wasn't there. But Jason's been sick. Otherwise, we'd have done this earlier. We may do it next week. And I know that's a little late, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and Monday, I'm going to be at my mom and dad's house working on that. So Friday, any late show is going to be a little. So we may do that next week. Val, Rich, and Brody are going to be on Hobby Hotline this Saturday, and Val and Rich and Brody. That's going to be a very interesting, very fun dynamic. Well worth the watch. It'll be really, really interesting to see Brody and Rich. It's going to be a good dynamic. I highly recommend that. Last night I got all of my autographs together. I got all of them gathered up. They are now labeled, presentable, and ready to be packed up for the East Texas Card Show. The only two that I didn't get back was the Emmett Smith, Emmett Zone auto, and the Jerry Jones auto. Those I'm going to frame up. Those will look really nice. And when I get them framed up, I'll share them. So that's on the business front. A lot of working parts. And I said this yesterday, I'm very pleased. I had a lag at the beginning of the month, last month. And then with Dad passing, I show a profit for the first time in ever. Again, a very small, modest profit, but it's a profit, which is very, very nice. And we are going on this journey together, so I'm sharing the journey. Very, very happy about that. Very happy. So that's what I got on the business front. Let's do some news and notes. This is probably the biggest and most interesting. Did I save it? No, I didn't save it. Oh well. I just talk about it. So we have a team here in Dallas in the DFW Metroplex. Oh, that is so funny. That is so funny. Thank you. Thank you. I need a second cup of coffee is what I need. Wake up. Good grief. Come on, Bethune. We have a team here in Dallas, South Lake Dragons, South Lake High School. They're huge. They're a huge school in Dallas, and they are a very high-powered high school football team. Well, Quinn Ewans, who is the quarterback there, he is the number one top recruit prospect in high school football. He had enough credits to graduate early and is skipping his senior season to go play football at the Ohio State University. And I hate that phrase, but I'm going to use it. Here's what's interesting. He just inked a 3-year, $1.4 million deal with GTSM, a sports marketing company that specializes in autographs for athletes, for 3 years. A 3-year, $1.4 million. You're talking about a kid that's 17 years old and now has a $1.4 million deal. On top of that, he had a Holy Kombucha beverage company deal, and then he also inked a deal with Ricard Auto in Ohio, which is a automotive company. Yeah, so that was the point of this. There's going to be more losers than winners in this. But dude, if you can get that money, yo. Get it. If people are idiotic enough to sign you to a $1.4 million deal, you get a scholarship at least for 1 to 2 years going to the Ohio State. You're not set for life, but you got a pretty good start heading into college. So I don't blame the kid. I'd do it. I'd jump in a heartbeat. Somebody offered you 1.4 and you redshirted your freshman year. Problem is, what's he going to do with his freshman year when he's there? Yep. Money in the bank. Yep. So I don't blame him one bit. And if you think you do too, then you need your head examined, because at 17, he's got 1.5 with all the rest of the endorsements. Dude, you go. I'm all in. I'm all in, unfortunately. I mean, if people are dumb enough to do it, dude, then they're dumb enough to do anything. All right, so there was an article. I'll share it here in just a second. Where is it? Here, Jeff Morris posted on Monday, despite Miggy undervalued in the hobby. Okay, it says it joins an elite club, talks a little bit about Miggy, and then talks about the timing of the rookie card. One of the problems with the industries in the 90s, Topps said they produced cards before they when others could not, unfair advantage. So look, 2000 Topps Chrome traded sets. Okay. I don't know about you. This is what I found so far. I did a listing on eBay. Miguel Cabrera Topps traded, minus box, minus set. There is a reprint out there, so be careful about reprints. Yeah. Yeah. But let's go to the sold. Let's go to the sold deal for a second. This one was a steal. This is a steal. This is a steal. Look at this. But if you look, when was this sold? This was sold June 15th. Was the last time a card was sold. So then you pop with, oops, sorry, y'all. Then you pop now with the unsold and 45, 49, 51, 69, 76. Here's, we're still at 80. So it will be interesting to see where this lands after this article. But I thought it was very interesting, the timing of this article. Yeah. Yeah. So it's still for a Hall of Famer. I think this is, compared to some other Hall of Famers out there, this is a little low. And then compared to vintage, this, you could still grab some not vintage grade, but 4s and 5s for less. So this is a little interesting. This one really caught my eye. We talked about this on a hobby hotline. They'll probably talk about this a little bit better, but this talks about Mudry Capital. This is one of the things that I wanted to point out. Nevertheless, insiders said potential investors had specifically asked Eisner about the risk of losing the contract. In response, they say Eisner told them nothing to worry about. Quote, "We speak to them every day. We are really partners with them. Our brand is inextricably tied with theirs." And then it goes on to say how tough they were have funding and how some people would no way to underwrite the business cards. This was what I thought, and we knew this in the hobby. Tops become vulnerable, underinvesting in the business. Invested only $2 million in capital and expenditures and $1 million in 2020. We all know what their profit was. The company's revenue perspective, here you go, was $506 million. Others noted that Topps insisted his budget was tight, even as the company in October borrowed $200 million. So, yeah, this is a very telling. I put this article in the at the top of the chat. I think you need to read it. It gives you a lot more perspective on what happened and a Topps viewpoint on that. So read that article. It's worth the read. It is definitely worth the read. PSA game bats adds game bats to population report. Dude, do you really need to be diversifying into another line of business when you've got a 10 million card backlog? I mean, this makes some sense, but dude, fix the cards before you go bouncing around. Ken, you know about that. Don't fix your own problems before you go trying to create other ones. At least that's my opinion. That $3 will get you a Coke. We talked about Miggy. Again, this is real interesting. Arozarena heating up again. I don't know why Arozarena kind of went away, but he did. For some reason, I don't know why. Maybe the hobby just kind of faded on him or moved on to the next thing, but it was really quick. It was a really quick blip. And he has two cards. He has this St. Louis Cardinals, and then he has the update, which puts him in a Rays uniform, and that's the one that everybody has been looking at as far as I know is this updates Rays card. So another article. This is interesting. I'm not really hooked on this, but there's an event take place beginning January. teaching about investing in growth. Not for me, but it's got this hyperlink here. Register for your interest. But if you're interested in learning more, this article here, it's in Sport Collectors Daily. I thought I'd share that as well. So not a lot of just mentioning our conversations about diversifying. Just about diversifying. Honestly, really, it's been kind of a slow news cycle. It hasn't really, not a lot been going on since Monday. But I did want to go live. I did want to not. I did not want I did not want to go live. We're on episode 150, yo. I didn't think we'd make it past episode 5. So the fact that we got episode 150 in, pretty cool. So congratulations, everybody. I'm going to do something. Just a little side note, because I've had such a hard time with engaging after everything that happened. I'm going to take the mentality of just post one card, and then post one more, and then post one more, and take it one card at a time and one step at a time. And at the end of the day, we'll end up where we are we will end up where we are at. But no more engagement. Oh my gosh, yes, thank you. So just take a step. Just take a step, and then take another step, and then take another step, and then take another step. And lo and behold, when you look back, you'll be in a different place. So just take a step. That's the motto for the day. Just take a step. I have a ton of inventory that I didn't realize I have a ton of inventory. So I have to be always posting. You always have to be posting and feeding that eBay beast, as I like to say, feed the beast, feed the beast. So that's what I got, guys. A little rougher joining this morning. I appreciate everybody who's watching. I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you for all that you do and all that you are. If you do have any prayer requests, JP, I'll be praying for your family. Let me know. I'll definitely pray you up. Support your local LCSs. Support your local card shows. Thank you very much for all your support. I appreciate you. Be kind. And thank you very much for all that you do. Bye, y'all.